This is the video y'all have been waiting for 30 years, longer than I've been alive. So this is just going to be about my OCs because clearly I have too many and I have too many things that are related to that. This might go very unedited, so it's going to be really bad. But uh yeah. Okay. How do I Oh, yeah, some of these sillies will not be included. Actually, no, they will, but I just won't talk about them as much because they don't really have that much of a lore. So just disclaimer. All right, the world. This is the world. Can you see that? Okay. Yes, this is the world. Clearly, it's pretty big. And clearly, I spent way too long on this. But there's a lot of countries, so all these like names, they're their own individual country. I'll show up there too. I forgot to name those, but that doesn't matter. Lots of cities and kingdoms, clearly. Like this is a big kingdom. Over here is a massive empire. And this area is just that area. I don't know. Oh, yeah, and a lot of silly people, clearly. Okay. Important places. So basically important countries that I have wrote down because they are pretty important, I think. I don't know. So Keystone, that's right there. It's basically really bad. Do not go there. It's North Korea. Do not go there. Nah. Bemitz is right here. That's basically, it thrives. It's pretty advanced in technology, I feel like. More advanced than a lot of things, I think. I don't know. Esparia is here. Basically that place, it's very medieval there. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Okay, I just realized that there's a... Oh, heck yeah. Ew, it makes noises. Okay, never mind. Okay. Oh, that's better. Okay. Jumaru. That's there. That's like... This is like Asia, basically. It's pretty important. That's where some of my cities are. Absolution. That's where Esna is. He's kind of there, imprisoned. Okay. Zekiu. That's here. Or technically, that's right there, but it's all this at the same time. I'll go more into that. It'll make more sense later. And Bastella. That's just there too. These are all important because this is where most of my cities are. And they're just important. These places are just important to the lore of some of these cities. That's why I put them there. But I don't know. I clearly don't know how to explain things, so that's nice. Oh, this area is pretty important too. But I'll go more into depth into that. Please. Okay. Important places. So we got the academy. Basically, people used to learn magic there until it got literally banned. Magic got banned, yeah. Because people were just misusing it like crazy. So it was just like, you know what? Let's just get rid of it. No one can do that anymore. So that's it. Now it just teaches like normal things. K Manor, that's one of the godly gods' castle. It is also its own country because she said so. Because there's a girl boss there. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just gonna skip it. Screw it. That's a cult. Great of Otheus is a cult. Because Otheus, he's kind of chaotic, and people are like, you know what? I support that. Because they're idiots, clearly. The Black Hoods, they just maintain order and stuff. They don't do much. They really do not do much, but whatever country they're in, wait, hold on. It was, hold on. Somewhere here, they live in Heron. That's where they are, and they're like, you know what, we gotta make everything equal. We can't just have all these people with magic just roaming around. We gotta make them not magic. Oh my. Okay, what I was saying is that the Black Hoods, they only allow certain types of magic, and they're trying to make it like a law where only like certain bad magic is banned, if that makes sense. Like good magic, like healing magic, that's allowed in like some places, or a lot of places actually. So they're like politicians. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Empire Zekiu, that is a giant empire in the desert area. So here, like I said earlier, so they own like half of this, and they just want to take over the world. No joke. Anyway, Percival's asylum. We'll talk about that later because that's also very important. Next. Oh yeah, these are some of the magics. The magics. So clearly Abyssal is the strongest out of all of them. It basically allows you to, travel to other places, like other dimensions, I mean, or other worlds. So clearly that's banned forever. No one uses that. Actually, I lied. Someone does use that, but I'm not gonna talk about it later. Blood magic. Only a few people know that. Healing magic is widely acceptable. And these ones are more of just like, what do you call it? Elemental. Besides this one kind of enhances like your strength and stuff, and does other things like Minecraft potions. Think of it like that. Okay, now we're getting into the real guys. The real sillies. Again, not all of them have really good lore, clearly, because... just because. Anyway, first we have Abraham. He's a king guy. He's basically the king of that one place that I talked about. Oh my god, I should put more maps. Of Bemet right here. So he rules that area, clearly. And he also has a dog. The dog's really scary. The dog, Miss Periwinkle, I love her, clearly. He's kind of old. I mean, there's nothing really much to say about him. He's just there. He's sweet. He's cool. Next. Okay, Afsane. He's a thief. He's in Zekri, in the Zekri Empire. And he been stealing. You want to be rich, but you can't be rich. We're skipping him. I don't know. The only like important lore is that he's the one who got dark magic banned in the first place because he was misusing it like crazy, and that's why he's missing the side of his face because he blew it up on accident. And then he got kicked out of the academy and then banned magic. He's literally the reason for everything. He sucks. Artemis, he is one of the god's sons. So he is he has a twin, not a twin. He has a brother, and that's Otheus, clearly. And he's trying to stop his brother from literally causing so much chaos in the world. And he keeps beating him up because it happens all the time. He always wins. But Otheus is still just going to continue to do his own thing. He does know holy magic. That just purifies people. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, the nice one. Next. Okay, I didn't have an image for her, so this is gonna just be the placeholder for now. She's a knight. A very strong woman, methinks. Yeah. There wasn't much lore about her in the first place since I redesigned her, so I don't know what to say here. But I think she's cool. She's in Asparia. She works for the king that's there, and that's kind of it. Aiden, he is the emperor of Cliffenden, which is the mountains. He's terminally ill. God knows what illness that is. He's pretty old. He doesn't look old here, probably because it's Roblox, but He's actually, I don't know. No, I don't know. People love him. They see him as an idol because he's making the country, peaceful, giving all the nationality to them, or nationalism. No, he doesn't really do much. He just sits in bed and cries because he's sick. Vera, he is a bird. He's one of the birdies. Because there is different species in my world. There's a couple, maybe like 5. So he's one of them. He's one of the different ones. He's up in the snow area, and he's just a knight. There's a lot of knights, by the way. Be warned. He's a knight. And he was kind of like born and raised to be one. So he's kind of quiet sometimes. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. But this poor guy. Never had a childhood. Never got to watch SpongeBob. Okay, Azir, I did not have a picture for him. I don't know where the pictures went. But he's very religious. I did that on purpose. He doesn't talk to people. He just sits at home. He talks to his roommate Galio though. Oh my god, I had a burp. But Galio, he's annoying. He has autism. He's annoying. He doesn't like him. But he has to because he can't afford rent, so. Yeah. Okay, this one, they share an image because I didn't have another image for them. But Beric, that's this one. That's this guy. He's kind of cray-cray. He's one of the royal knights, or the royal guards, in Zeku, in the Empire. And he assists this one guy. He's the king, but we'll get to him later. And he has like I forgot what these were called, but he has like a big weapon. He's kind of slow, but he's also crazy. He loves his job too much. So he's the slow one. Slow but deadly. But this guy's fast. You know what I mean? I don't know. Baron! We love him. We love him. He doesn't have lore. He's just there. He's been there. He's the OG. He's just sweet. I don't know what else to say about him. He just has a really big family. No joke. Okay. Belsley. He rules Villian, which is near Keystone somewhere. I'm pretty sure. So this is Percival's dad. And if y'all know this, Percival is really bad. He's evil. The antagonist. I don't know. But he kind of hates his son a little. He kind of hates his son. Mostly because of the way he's been treating people and also the existence of Keystone. He just hates him so bad. But in the inside, he probably still loves him because that's his only son. He may have turned his wife into a literal beast, but he still loves him. Even though he hates him. Go. Okay. This is the only image I had for him. This is B-Man's brother. The Darman title right there. Brother bullies sister, lives to regret it. He does regret it. He does regret bullying her. His sister. I don't even know why I put that. He just thinks he's cool. He participates in all the Fortnite TikTok dances. Probably. Sherry, okay, this one's a little deep. This one has to do with Percival turning her into this because he was just mad one day and decided to you know what, I'm just gonna curse this girl because why not? And plus I'm evil and I turn people into things. So basically her and her brother Cybus, she's kind of bedridden. She can't really do much. And so Cybus is just having to take care of her and find some sort of cure to whatever this thing is. So the lore is really deep, but I don't feel like making. Okay. I'm not gonna make this video 4 hours long. Like I said, that's too much. It might be an hour actually, but I don't know. Okay, Cosette, she's a librarian. Her and Astrid are together because they're GFs. Why not? She never had any lore either. She's kind of a bookworm. No lore. Sorry. Okay, Dagon. He hunts people in that one cult that I talked about. He really does not like them. So he will literally eliminate all of them until there's no more. Heck, why not even go for Otheus himself? Because he's the one who kind of started this in the first place. Okay, if y'all... Oh, I spelled his name wrong, but... If y'all know Hydros, then you know he's kind of the leader of it all, of the cults. So he has tried to kill him like 3 times at least. Just because he can. Daria, he... Actually, I don't know if there's any lore about him. I gotta work on it, but... He's an assassin, he does stuff in Thilgo. Thilgo is in the Empire, by the way. But I think, I don't think there's anything about him, so we're just gonna skip him. Dathan, he is one of the B-Man, part of the B-Man family. You can tell by the really bad screenshots here. But I don't know, there's nothing about him either. I'm like thinking, I don't know. Skip. Dusk, he is an astrologist. He likes studying the stars. He learned this in the academy like a while ago, like how to do astronomy and stuff. He looks like a nerd emoji, to be honest, but he has a little owl. Oh shoot, I forgot to add the picture. But he has an owl. Helps him with studies. He does know star magic. That's why he has all this in here, because you have to physically engrave it into your skin. But I don't think it hurt. I don't think it hurt for him. So, and he has to hide it, like, from doing this. So people don't arrest him. But he's nice. We love him. Edith is part of the Blackhoods, one of the politicians. He's a doll. I don't know how that makes sense in my world. I have to figure that out. Because he's kind of big, to be honest. They're kind of big. He does know poison magic. That is really bad. That is very bad. Like, that's one of the magic classes that is banned. TBH. TBH. I don't think there's much to say about him. Ooh. Oh my god, I just dropped my phone. But I don't think there's anything much about him anyway. Skip. Emberwolf. He is a hunter. He's kind of edgy. Literally loves wolves. You can tell by his name. He loves wolves so much. He works in one of the what is it called? There's a big castle in Jumara. I didn't write that down, shoot. But he works there, and he does stuff for the, let's just say the mayor. The mayor of the castle. And he hunts people for them. Like, hey, can you go kill this guy? He stole my wallet. Like, okay. I also bring you some meat too, on the way too. He does know animal spells. So he can communicate with wolves when he wants. He loves wolves. Skip. Erastus. He's pretty famous for his sculptures. He's pretty big. He does sculpt a little too much. There's like a lot of them in Bilpath. I forgot where that was. Oh my god. But it's okay. It's okay. It's probably... No, I think it's in the Empire. But he does do... So half the things there that is like sculpted, it's by him. He does things for like kings and stuff. Like commissions. I don't know. He's a cool guy. Ooh, Esna. Um, basically, he's made out of pure magic. Or they're, oh my god. Yeah, they're made out of pure magic and light. So that was bad. That's really bad for the people that live there, that live all over the world, I mean. Because we cannot have legit magic roaming the earth. Not earth, it's not even earth. What am I talking about? But you know what I mean. So they found a way to make a prison for Esna and then locked them there for God knows how many years. Just so magic doesn't run loose because, you know, the ban. And also because they are a little angel. So they're in prison for life, basically. Never to escape. Unless someone wants to break them free, then go ahead. Because they literally won't do anything. Actually, they probably would, because they're actually mad. They're really mad that they've been in prison for millions of years. But that's kind of it. They're just really pretty to draw. That's why I draw them so much. Next. Galio. I don't know, he's kind of autistic. And then we have this guy. Haldir and Garguderis. So there are like two separate things. So he is just in there. He's literally disabled. And because his legs are like really deformed. So he has to rely on this big guy for movement to walk around. Though he's like really scary and lacking in vitamin D. So he's just a normal guy. But except they managed to like have a great or a good bond with each other that it just lets him hang out in his mouth. They're just scary. I don't know. Okay, Gideon. We love Gideon. He's sweet. He loves squirrels. He lives in one of the forests. Y'all don't even know where that is. I need another map. Oh my god. He's kind of mutated, to be honest. No one knows why. Maybe he was just born like that. Because he has several feathers coming out of his head, and that's not normal for his species. That is definitely not normal. And same with his eyes. His eyes are not supposed to be blue. Like the white parts right there. He makes jewelry. He likes selling it online. No, not online. There is no online in this game. Get. Oh. Okay. I had a breakdown. But he makes jewelry and sells it in the forest. Whoever comes by. Like, hey, would you like to purchase some blue rocks on a string for 10 acorns? That's basically him. He's silly. I don't know. Hazel, he owns a bar in Bemetz. Oh my god, I burped. He's a party guy. There's nothing else to say about him. He's just a party guy. Hezekiah, he used to be a part of the cults, but then he realized like all the really terrible things that they've been doing to people. And he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna fulfill my dreams and become a bard. And now the Creed is kind of hunting them. Because you cannot leave without valuable information. So he's being hunted. And he's also singing songs. What a nice combination. Okay, Hydros. Oh my god, I hate Hydros. Why do y'all like him? Why? Okay, anyway, this is old art. You can obviously tell. But he leads the cult, clearly. Clearly, by the way he looks. He's a big narcissist. He sucks so bad. He has hurt a lot of people. And he started the cult in the first place. Or he's just the leader, at least. Because he thought that Otheus was a cool guy. Like, you know what? I want to do some destruction, too. But I'll make some sacrifices to him so he can give me some strength and magic for that. So now he cuts off horns and sacrifices it, or uses it as a sacrifice for Otheus. Ithiel, he's a bulky knight. He's really bulky, or his armor is at least. He is in Clawworth, so that Clawworth is one of the only, not only, but one of the few places that allows more than a few types of magic. And the laws are basically just don't do anything bad with it. And if you do, you're dead. And he is one of the last people that knows blood magic. Because blood magic is so rare and barely taught. And no one actually taught it at all. Unless you're someone from thousands of years ago. I don't know. So, he's just a blood knight. And those don't exist because Percival kind of killed them all. Anyway, next. Ernest, he doesn't have that much lore because I just made him. He's just been birthed. I think he likes being in the forest and likes building stuff. I think the birds, because they're all in like one area, they're all in just like a massive forest area. They just live there. They love the forest. They love trees. They love flying. He's just a bird. I don't know what else to say. Jeff, he met Jesus. He did meet Jesus. So that's why his hands are like kind of like discolored and a little stronger than every other part of his body because he asked for it. He's like, my God, please, I need to kill this guy because he's a bounty hunter, first of all. I need to kill this guy. He's in Keystone, the bad place, North Korea. And I need some powerful hands to go and do that. Because he doesn't know magic, and the other guy does, and his opponent does. So Jesus is like, okay, there you go. That's it. Oh, he also has a pet bird. It's Alice. Alice, she's like a messenger bird. I don't know what else to say. Oh my God, Jewel, he's very gay. He's really fruity. He got blown up. He did get blown up. So there's like a massive scar like right here because Bro was a little too close. Bro got a little too close to Otheus. Not in that way, but like because Otheus was just like causing his chaos, doing whatever he wants, and he kind of hit him. So I don't know how he survived that, but God knows. Judo. I love judo. We love judo. I know you guys love judo. So the lore is that he is one of the experiments that Percival had. And those experiments were basically trying to make an army for Percival and having some of the strongest genetically modified people ever. And Judo was the only successful one, but the thing is, he's really dumb. He's really stupid. So he has a mind of a 12-year-old. And the only reason why his name is Judo, because he can't even spell his own name right. He thinks of Play-Doh. That's why it's Judo. Dough, like Play-Doh. That's not even his real name. He's very scared. He's very strong. And his tolerance to pain is like not even there. He can't feel anything. And that's why he's so successful. Because he's strong and he can't feel stuff. And he has wings. Kalia, she's one of the gods. She is the god of order. So she tries to balance everything out. That's basically what the Black Hoods are doing, but it's completely different. I don't know how to explain it in a sensible way, but she is made out of porcelain. Because she's a different species, basically. Her and like the other gods are a different species. So they're just gonna have like a wide variety of like different things, like maybe some extra arms made out of whatever. A couple of eyes, I don't know. But I couldn't find a better picture of her. Oops. Kiso, we kind of hate him. He bullies his sister a little too much. And he hates everyone. There's nothing else. He's emo. Koa, this man got a sniper rifle, probably from Bemet. But God knows who made it because they don't sell guns there. But that's just like the most advanced area, you know. He works for Aiden though, which is all the way down in another continent. That's why he's kind of purple, because purple is like the national color, I guess. You could say. He's really good at hunting people. That's why he's good at Call of Duty IRL. There's a lot of hunters here, and a lot of knights, because a lot of people want to kill each other because of the magic ban, so I don't know. Kokero, this is one of the healers. They're very nice, they're very sweet. Professional doctor, I could say so. They just use healing magic. Looks like a woman sometimes. Because, yeah. And plus healing magic is one of the only acceptable ones in a few countries. So like, you know what, I'm just going to make a profession out of this and I'm going to make some money. So, they like helping people. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, Lamrin. This is one of the Percival victims. He's been turned into legit something else. No one knows what it is. I don't even know what it is. He's kind of scared. He got burned alive. Man got burned alive by Percival. Because he was part of a family that kind of betrayed him. Betrayed Percival, I mean. So, Percival just wants to murder everyone and disfigure them, and he's one of them. The only family member that actually lived to see another day. Leora. The lore is she got her eyes stolen because she did work for Percival at some point, but she kind of left, and she helps Ethiel now with like insight and stuff. Technically she does still work there, but she's like a spy. But one of the people that are with Percival, we'll get to him later, he took her eyes because what was it? Oh my god. Because her eyes got stolen because she was leaking information and they found out. So they took her eyes so they couldn't see. She couldn't see like what they were doing. She can only hear now. But she's still badass. Who cares? Sorry, he looks like pee. He's part of the B-Man family. He plays piano. He's kind of mean. And he kind of glows for some reason. No one knows why. Maybe because he's yellow. Who knows? Because these siblings are like kind of strange in their own way. They can do all sorts of things. You know? Things that aren't normal. Like glow in the dark. But yeah, he plays piano with his brother. I'll get to him later. Malum, okay, this is Jesus. He made everything. He made the world. He made all these different things, like species. Though he's like, he can't talk. That's the thing. That's why he got 4 arms, so he can do sign language and some other things at the same time. So this is the dad of Otheus and Artemis, the 2 demigods that hate each other. And that's kind of it. He's the one who brought magic to the world, and he doesn't understand why people are hating on it. Like, this is my great idea, and I don't know why you guys literally want to ban and kill people over it. This is stupid. But he can't interfere because then it'll be like Christian people meeting Jesus for the first time. I don't know. How else am I supposed to word it? Mazyar. This is the other god. Yeah, Malum is one of the 5 ones, by the way. This is another one. He's a god of magic. No one likes him. He does have 4 eyes though, and he's a little emo. No one likes him because he has magic. He's the god of magic. He's like Satan. He's legit Satan. Actually, no, he's not. Of that world, he is. People see him as that, if that makes sense. Malia, this is Percival's mom. She never used to look like this until she walked into Percival's room. Dinner's ready, and he kind of accidentally turned her into this. Now Belsley is really upset and doesn't know how to fix it. And it's actually kind of depressing. So now his mom just looks like that. This is why his dad hates him. Midnight, he's actually a fish. He's one of the fish people. He's a different species. But he learned a trick where he can fold up his ears so they look like fish ears, but he folds them up. He does look like Toothpaste. The thing with Midnight, he just fights for his people because they get like really mistreated and stuff like that. Like racism, like legit racism. There's also that with the other species because let's say hold on, what was the other one? Like the normal people, the one that aren't crazy looking. They're like humans, okay? And these other species are like completely different. They look really different, but they're still people at the end of the day. But he fights for their people, for them peoples, for fish people. That's what he does. This is Mosen. This is Melon's wife. This is Jesus' wife. I don't actually know the Bible lore, but something like that. She used to be an average girl in the empire of Zeku, like 1,000 years ago. By the way, a lot of these characters are ageless. So if I say 1,000 years ago, and they look like they're 20, she's actually like 40, I don't know. That means they're ageless. But she's kind of like the god of the ocean at this point. Because the only thing she really liked to do, instead of being in the empire, is look at the ocean. So she's the queen. She's a very good mom, I think. Oh yeah, I should probably mention how her and Malin met, but I'll talk about that later because that's at the end. I don't know where she would actually fit in the lore, but she's a model. I don't know what else to say about her. She's a model. She's probably somewhere in Vemet because it's, advanced area. So she makes money. I don't know. I don't know. See, this is what I'm talking about when I don't have lore for like half these people. Noreen, okay, I kind of have lore for her. She just got birthed out of the baby cannon, so I don't know that much, but I wanted her to be the queen of the bottom area, like the bottom part of the continent, if y'all remember. So maybe she's Elsa, I don't know. She knows crystal magic though. So her area is like filled with giant crystals, and she kind of takes advantage of that. Because I think you can pull some sort of magic essence out of those crystals and form it into like legit magic. So she's pretty good at that, and then she just became queen. Just because she's, first of all, pretty powerful, and a lot of people kind of praise her, so. Novus, he works for Percival, I think. He's kind of just an entertainer, I don't know. I keep burping, I need to stop. Oh my god, okay. He's just a jester, he juggles, he does jester things. Is I hear my screen? He does jester things. Okay, Onyx. He's also part of the Black Hoods. he talks like Shakespeare for some reason. God knows why he talks in Old English, but him and Edith are basically the same. Not exactly the same, but what they do is the same. He's just a little Shakespearean, you know? Okay, Otheus. This is the one I've been talking about. Yeah, he started a cult on accident. He's like, okay, I'll just profit off of this, not like in money way, but in power way. Because more people know about Otheus than the other ones because of how ginormous this cult is. And then we have Dagon over here trying to kill him too, if he ever gets the chance to see him. We hate him. We really hate him. Artemis hates him too. And I don't know. He's a little chaotic. Not a little, a lot. He blew up like a whole country at some point. That's where there's like a massive chunk missing from the, what side? The right side. He blew that area up because he wanted to. So he's crazy. Don't go near him. He's hurt a lot of people. Okay, this is Orion. He's really shy. He's really orange. He's part of the B-Man family, and he plays violin. And him and Lumen have done a lot of duets together. Even though they don't get along, they like making music. I don't know what to say about this guy. He gives people a lot of trauma, and he has a really huge god complex. Like he wants to take over the world, and he wants to become God. It is that bad. Because he infused some sort of magic into like this side of his body. You can see it here, but so he's really good at lightning magic, I feel like, and some other things. He did this to make his magic stronger, because if you engrave it into your skin, like anything, like sigils and stuff, your magic becomes stronger, I feel like. So he did that to help him. And he also disfigures people. A lot. And it's actually depressing. The amount of people that he has hurt and killed and other things. He's crazy. Dr. Foley, he works for Percival. He's the one who does experimenting, like on judo and stuff, and other sillies that we'll get to. He is not a professional doctor. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Actually, he kind of does. He just has to inject things into people and just get some results and do testing. But he's good at what he does. He likes doing what he does because he's crazy. He's like 40 and crazy. Stay away from him, please. Okay, Ra. He rules the Zequian Empire. He's pretty young, actually, because his father kind of died early, so he became king. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Because he's so young and doesn't have any experience. But he somehow manages to maintain order, kind of, because his royal guards are Beric and Dakoa. We talked about Beric earlier in the beginning of the video somewhere. He kind of manipulates him a little, Beric, to just getting what he wants in the country, or the empire. So that's kind of bad. Oof. Rihan, there's nothing too much about him. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in the start of the video that there was kind of a big war down in Cliffenden and another country that I kind of forgot. Oops. I'll have to look later. But he is a photographer. He's one of the war photographers. And he's also Aizen's assistant, so he gets some like medicines and stuff to help him, so he doesn't feel so terminally ill all the time. Anyway. Oh yeah, he knows a little bit of magic. Not a lot. Just a little bit of healing magic. Remus, there's nothing much about Remus. But that he's a merchant. He's a traveling merchant in the Birdie area. He's nice. I don't know. I don't know. Ronnie, um, like it says in the description, he got mutilated. Like, there's parts of his body that's literally missing. You can see it here. Just because he wasn't listening to Variel, which is Percival's assistant, or sidekick, whatever you want to call him. Poor guy became kind of homeless because of him. Ruben is one of the experiments that was unsuccessful. So they mixed his genes with some like reptile genes just to see what would happen. But he wasn't strong enough. So they marked him as unsuccessful. I should mention what they do. For the experiments, they just like get some animal genes and they inject it into people and some other stuff with that too. So that's why Judo kind of looks like a bird and he looks like a snake. And then they all kind of escaped at some point, so he stole some guy's clothes because he didn't really have any. Like, okay, this will do. Rune, he loves the ocean. I don't have lore for him, I just realized. I know he owns a few things. He's talked to Percival a few times, not really knowing what he actually did to people. And he has a few cats. He's just like one of them landowners, you know? He has a farm, probably. Serenova, she's a god. She's one of the gods. She's a god of war. And she has this really cool armor on. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But she does know enhancement magic, which is the strength magic. It gives her a lot of strength. Each god knows their own magic, basically. Ugh. This is Satuni. She is a witch. So witches in this... Oh my god. Witches in this world, basically, they just know a lot of magic. They're not supposed to be there, but... Because... What am I saying? Oh my god. Hell. But she's in hiding because she's a witch. And she shouldn't know magic in her area. Because magic is banned. Duh. She studied astrology with Dusk at some point, so she was kind of in her design a little. I don't know what to say about her. She's old. Not old, but I've had her for such a long time. Ugh. Shepard, he's the experiment. He's kind of mentally unstable. That's why he's a failed one. He's a failed experiment. Because his mental stability is like really bad. He thinks he's a cat. I don't know what he's mixed with, but he thinks he's a cat. I don't know. Shin. This is Hydros' ex, by the way. And he is a guard in Asparia. I don't think that really matters, but people just want to be guards because that's kind of ideal, I guess. But he wants to kill Hydros. Ever since when they were dating, when they were together, Hydros kind of fell into like a deep interest in Otheus and like what he does. Like, I want to be chaotic too. And that kind of turned their relationship like really, really bad. And Hydros kind of cut off his horns to use them as a sacrifice. And that's really bad. That's why he wants to kill him, basically. This is Sakura. Okay, there is vampiric. There is a vampiric species. They don't have a name yet, but it exists. Because there's a country that is just dedicated to these type of people, the vampiric people. He's a man wife. He's kind of a wife. He got attacked a few times by animals, wild animals. I don't know. Cybus. This is Cherry's brother. He's kind of religious. He's really religious. But he's just trying to help his sister. Oh my God, I'm so distracted right now. Help. But yeah, this is just Cherry's Cherry's brother. There's nothing much to say about him really. He looks kind of cool. He has no lore. That's all I'm gonna say. He has no lore. He just makes stuff. Makes stuff for people. Makes clothes. Makes maps. Writes books. He has a lot of jobs, but there's no lore. Nothing important about them. Okay, this is the same image I used last time, but this is Takoa. He's one of the calmer twin with Barrick. He's faster and less aggressive and less crazy. I don't think they like each other very much, to be honest. I mean, why would you like this guy? He's crazy. Terza. They're goth. Escaped from Keystone. Basically, that means he escaped from Percival's country. Because he lived there before it got turned into Keystone, basically. But there's nothing else important about him. Todan, this is B-Man's older brother. He's really smart, and he's really purple. He's really smart and purple. I mean, I want to be smart and purple too. Okay, these two are twins. Clearly. Topaz is this one. So basically, what I'm going to do at the end, because Zircon comes up, clearly, they're the same person. Like, not the same person, but they just have the same personality. They're legit twins. Their brains are twins too. Their brain cells are connected, and they're really gullible. They were a part, or they are still a part of the Creed of Otheus, but they're so gullible that they don't even know why they're in there. They're just kind of stupid. They got their horns chopped off too by Hydros, and they also got sliced by Dagon. You can tell by these because they share a scar. But the bad thing about them, because they're a different species, that's why they're kind of lava. They are made of lava, actually. They can overheat themselves. Like, they can die from whatever they are. They can die from overheating. And that's bad. That's why I don't wear a shirt. So, oops. This is Tauren. He's kind of famous for being in one war that I talked about. He has several statues of him. I think Erastus made some statues of him too, just to praise how patriotic he is. He's pretty patriotic, I feel like. He's old, but he's really famous, I think. He's very iconic, yeah. Ubris, this is a snake. He's a snake. I don't know why I used this picture, but too bad. I'm not changing it. Too late. He's the god of death. He kind of just fools around. Not like in a bad way, but just like in a funny way. He likes messing with the other gods in a funny way, you know? He's one of the main ones, too. And he's probably over 7 feet tall. Including that snake tail. He's a silly, funny guy. Okay, Variel, he works with Percival. There's hair on my screen. He works with Percival. And There's a lot to go into with this guy. The reason why he has 4 eyes is because he has Leora's eyes in his face. He took them and put them in his own face. That's why he has four eyes. He's a for real villain. He has disfigured a couple of people. I feel like. Do not be around him. No. Don't even talk to him. Don't breathe the same air as him. He doesn't have lore either. I feel like a lot of these OCs don't have lore. Oof. He travels, he escaped the Empire at some point, and now he's somewhere across the seas and just traveling for a living. Like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, he just looks cool. I do not have a picture for Xena, sadly. But she's B-Man's mom. She fled the country after... She fled Bastella after, like, the war kind of broke out there. There's not much to unpack here, because I don't really draw her, and I don't really go into depth about her. And she's been my OC for, like, 3 years. Help. But she makes this really good soup. I feel like it's, like, vegetable soup with, like, some sort of special seasoning in it. Oh my god, Daisy! But she makes soup. And she needs to come back home and tend to her kids again because they miss her. And their dad is dead, so. San, I don't know why I didn't have a picture for him either. I haven't drawn him in so long. He's just a guy. He's seriously just a guy. Their parents are different. They're different breeds. Like, I'll talk about them when we get to them. Yama, we love Yama. You know I draw her a lot. She was kind of bullied by Kiso. And Lumen a little bit. She gets bullied because she's kind of the only girl in the family. Besides the mom, because that doesn't count. But she's like really sweet. B-Man loves her. B-Man, Todan. Her older siblings love her because they just feel bad. Yijin. She's kind of scary. She's the only one who knows abyssal magic. And she's really big because people from the IC area, they're just like huge for some reason. Like over 7 feet tall. Just so, because the snow gets like really packed there, they eventually evolved to be taller to just, go against it, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but whatever. She's kind of scary. Kind of scary. Yezreel, he's also pretty vampiric. He does work for Ithiel and just gives him like info and stuff. He has a lot of hair. Like, bro, please comb that. I know you do, but just comb it anyway. He works for Ithiel. And because Ithiel is like, we gotta kill Percival. I forgot to mention that, but Ithiel, Leora, and Yezreel just want to kill him. These are the horrible things he's been doing to people. So he's part of that. Silly guy. Zechariah. This kid, he's not a kid, but you know what I mean. People thought in his village that he was a god because of the way he had markings. So he's one in the shape of a moon and like some other stuff around him. So they thought he was a moon god. So he had to flee from his village in the country because people will not stop bugging him. But now he's living a good life. He's living the good old life. Oh yeah, if y'all remember, I tried to make a webtoon of this guy and the other one. Zelos, he is a bird, clearly. He owns like a lot of birds, I feel like little birds. Not like people birds, but little birds. He does fight for his kind, because like I said with Midnight, there is kind of like racism in certain areas. So people just gotta stop being like this. Stop. And he got the scar. He got it from like just some normal some normal dude who's just doing hate crimes, you know. But he fights for his countries. He fights for... What was that? Sorry, something banged. Songxia. This is Eugen's husband. He's literally just a human. He's just some guy. There's a picture of him, I think. Yeah, he's just some dude. Because since his wife knows abyssal magic, she can go through different worlds and universes. And they just met each other, and they're like, oh my god. Love is real. Okay, Zircon, this is the exact same as Topaz. I'm not going to explain it anymore. It's the exact same thing. And then Kerr, I forgot to add them in order. I didn't feel like redoing the numbers, but he's a professional fencer. He's kind of rich. Oh my god. Okay, he's a professional fencer. I don't know where I left off. Sorry, I had to get my dog. But yeah, he's rich. Him and Zechariah are dating, by the way. I tried to make a webtoon of these two. It did not work because I don't know how to make webtoons. And that is it for all the sillies. I think there probably might be more by the end of this video, or by the end of this video releases. But that's all of them. And we're gonna go over some relationships and friendships because I think that's important to note. So Mosen and Malum, they're married. They met from the Zequin Empire. They're somewhere in the Empire. And you're like, you know what? I don't know. They just fell in love. The story's so sweet. Like, if I knew how to explain it well, it's very sweet. Othe and Artemis, they are... they're just rivals. Brotherly rivalry. I can't speak. And all these characters, all these sillies, they all have some sort of lore shared with them. So we have people who work for Percival, as very own Dr. Foley, and some people that are against or had something to do with one of these guys. So that's all of them. I just explained these two. I'm not going to explain it again. Same with these. Coda and Astrid. Yeah, they're dating, whatever. Hydros. Okay, these are just people that want to kill Hydros and are with Hydros. These are the Percival killers. They don't like him. They want to kill him. And they're just friends. These guys are just friends. Because they have no lore with each other either. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, there's a few different species. So there's aquatic ones, land ones. Viking is the most common. That's like half of my sillies. 90% of them are Viking. 5% of them are or other. I got distracted by my dog staring at me. Yeah, this other, which is basically Jesus, or Malum, Hubris, the other ones, the other gods. The gods fall under this category. And then we have Cave. The Cave people, they're like centaurs. I don't know. I don't have a picture of them, but actually I kind of do, but I don't know. Mountain is these guys. They're a lot taller and they look like goats and they're a lot hairier. They're kind of fluffy. They live in the snows. That's all I know for sure. Then we have the aquatic people, which is this guy. They're just sketches. I don't think they're OCs yet. Actually, maybe. Who knows? I don't know yet. But this is basically what Midnight is, I guess. But he's just like... no, Midnight is a mix of land and aquatic, actually. That's why he doesn't really look this big. But he still fights for his people because he thinks it's the right thing to do, which it is. And then the sky people, those are just the birds. The birds that I saw earlier. And these are just their species names, by the way. Okay, there was animals. I did have like creatures and stuff like living there, but I do not know what happened with that. So there isn't anything because I do not know what happened. Sadly. But what was I saying? I don't know. And that's it. Sorry that this video wasn't 4 hours long like I said it would be. But clearly I can explain things for it to be 4 hours long. But if y'all have any questions about my sillies or any of the lore, just go ahead and go in the comments or go in my DMs. I don't care. And I hope y'all enjoy. Goodbye.